with First Alert Weather. This is WKYT News.
Good evening to you. Dangerous and life-threatening cold has settled into the bluegrass as we brace for several days of Arctic air.
You don't want to be outside. It is a WKYT First Alert Weather Day, and the cold and even a chance for more snow continues. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Yeah, we got snow showers, we got snow squalls that are coming in here. Those are the snow squalls tomorrow are of a serious concern because they can reduce visibility over a short distance for a short time while you're traveling, so you got to keep that in mind. And you're seeing one of those snow showers that may be trying to pop here to the west of the campus of Morehead State University. Kind of looks like a thunderhead in the distance, right? Well, it's a similar concept. You're getting those showers of snow to go up. Bitterly cold air is on top of the region. Wind chill warning for the pink. That includes the south, the east, and the north. We'll treat this as a wind chill warning for the entire region because the numbers are still deep into wind chill warning criteria. It feels like 22 below Lexington, Georgetown, Frankfort, 24 below into Covington. Those numbers are going to kind of hang there for the better part of the overnight. Current temperature is at 0 in Lexington and Georgetown. We're -1. London, Jackson, into Frankfort. Morehead is at 2 below 0. Likewise, Maysville and Covington. When you look back in the history books for cold December days, this is going to be one of the coldest December days on record across the Bluegrass State. And this is coming 2 days before Christmas. This is going to be up there with the cold outbreaks of December of 1983 and December of 1989. Those were centered around Christmas week and into Christmas as well. Winter storm warning continues in effect for Covington, Cincinnati, parts of southern Ohio, northern Kentucky, and Indiana, because essentially you're still getting some snows that are flying, and you got blowing snow. We're going to see blowing snow continuing across central and eastern Kentucky for a while longer. Radar is going to tell some lies. Why do we say that? Because we've got Arctic snowflakes that are out there. Those Arctic flakes have more air inside of those than actual moisture. So the radar is looking for moisture. It just shoots right through those snowflakes because they're full of air. That's why they're so fluffy. You can just blow those off the car windshield now with whatever falls, and you'll see that stuff blowing around as well. So the radar's not going to be able to see a lot of those snow showers and snow squalls, so it's going to be exceptionally hard to time some of those heavier bursts of snow into any one location. This is a blizzard that continues to rage across the Great Lakes and into southern parts of Canada. But with the increase in the snow showers and snow squalls into the weekend, road conditions may go downhill yet again. It has been a rough and tumble day on the roads across central and eastern Kentucky. India Jones joins us now. And India, you've been at this since this morning. Are things getting better out there?
You know, I was just going to say that, Chris. So actually the roads are getting better now. They're not the best, I will say, but again, they are getting better slowly. As we take a look at the big map, even in the last 30 to 45 minutes, you can see we are seeing just yellow and orange conditions. And earlier we had some stopped issues out there. We're still dealing with a couple of accidents. Of course, that is very important if you're heading outside on the northbound side of I-75, right near the 64 split. You can still see your travels are slow in that area because we're still dealing with the slush, the black ice, and these icy conditions. Just be very careful because your speeds are now down to 7 miles per hour on that intersection, that split as you go to I-75 onto 64. We're also dealing with another accident that is very much active on the inner loop at Tate's Creek. If you have to head in that area as well, make sure to give yourself enough extra time traveling to and from, because this issue, we are actually, I want to go to a live drive so we can show you kind of where we are. So we were told that the accident was blocking 2 lanes and they're in the cleanup phases. So as of right now, we're on New Circle and you can see things are still nice and fine. Both lanes seem to be nice and clear, even in the opposite direction. But those issues is where Kentucky Transportation Cabinet has not hit yet. Those side streets, the bridges, the overpasses where we can still possibly see some slick conditions. You really want to make sure to be be careful when heading in those areas. And if you see the reflection on the pavement, do not think it's water. It's probably black ice, guys.
All right, and what you really notice is very light traffic here.
Right.
Well, it's normally rush hour on a Friday, right?
Well, officials have warned people to stay home and off those roads with conditions still dangerous in places. Lexington street and road crews have been working throughout the night and the day to try and manage the snow and ice.
WKYT Samantha Valentino is live for us in Lexington now. Sam, what are you seeing out there at the moment?
Well, Bill and Amber, first of all, it's definitely very cold out here. But as you can see, there are a lot of people out on the roads right now here in the Hamburg area. But really what we've been hearing all day is that you should not be on these roads unless you absolutely have to be. Now, as you mentioned a moment ago, crews have been out treating these roads since last night. But a lot of what they're dealing with is that ice. And a lot of the substances they would typically use to melt that ice just aren't working because it's simply too cold.
It's very cold. I'm not from here, so I'm not used to this, but my nose hairs are freezing.
With severe winter weather outside, many people in Lexington are choosing to stay home.
I'm staying home. It's not bad when the wind's not blowing, but boy, when that wind's blowing, it kind of hurts.
When we caught up with Rob, he was clearing a restaurant parking lot, happy to see the sun starting to poke through the clouds.
It's getting better now, and hopefully the sun's going to help us out here.
And John Bobel with Lexington Emergency Management is hoping the sun will help the road crews out too.
The crews are out plowing and salting and doing what they do, but Mother Nature's snowplow, the sun, it's just trying to get out.
Bobel says the road conditions won't be back to normal for at least a few days.
There will still be slick spots, especially on the side roads and in some of the less traveled neighborhoods through the weekend.
His best advice? Stay home.
This is not a time to go out exploring to see, well, let's go out and see just how bad it is. No, stay home. Watch your local news, and they will tell you how bad it is.
And I will tell you, it is definitely pretty bad out here right now. You don't want to be out here unless you absolutely have to be. Now, we heard from Governor Andy Beshear earlier this morning. He asked people to stay home, stay inside, stay off these roads unless absolutely necessary. He also said that your last-minute Christmas shopping is not worth it if it could cost you your life. And I know we've been saying it all day, but I'm going to say it one more time. Stay home if you can. Stay home, stay warm, stay inside, and keep it here on WKYT. And we will keep you updated on everything you need to know. But for now, live in Lexington, Samantha Valentino, WKYT.
All right, we underscore it very well. Thank you very much. And Governor Beshear also urging Kentuckians to stay safe and stay home as this Arctic air has settled in. That's as several backups have left drivers stranded on Kentucky roads already. That includes in Gallatin County. Multiple crashes caused traffic to stop there on I-71, the road between Cincinnati and Louisville. The National Guard there was in to help the stranded drivers as well as bring blankets to those who were out in that cold. Just a tough situation.
And that's a frightening situation when that happens and you're stuck.
And, of course, also sadly, this weather situation has turned deadly. The governor says at least 3 people have died.
The governor says 2 of those deaths involved crashes. A third person in Louisville died in the cold. The Catholic Action Center's Compassionate Caravan here in Lexington was out until 1 this morning trying to bring people inside. Executive Director Jenny Ramsey says that they were able to get more than 200 people in hotels or in a shelter last night. She says those who refused to come inside were given extra supplies, but she says her concern is with those who are still out there in the cold.
We had the ice storm. We've had others that were pretty dramatic, but this, in preparing for it, a bomb, cyclone, ice, freeze, whatever it was being called, such a dramatic drop in temperature was killing, and frostbite. And that's what I'm afraid of, those who wouldn't come in.
Well, Ramsey says that they will be back out there tonight to try and bring in more people from the cold.
You can stay weather aware with the WKYT First Alert Weather app. You can scan the QR code on your screen or search for it in your app store. That will give you the latest weather alerts and radar. Also, it works if cellular data is lost, as well as Wi-Fi. Now, we want to update you on a story that we first brought you at 4 p.m., just over an hour ago. We reported at that time the Catholic Action Center had found a man dead in his car today. Upon further checking, the city of Lexington and police now say the man was found dead on Wednesday, and his cause of death has not been released.
People in central and southern Kentucky are bracing for more frigid temperatures and icy roads. WKYT's Phil Pendleton talked to folks in Lincoln and Pulaski County who are dealing with those bone-chilling conditions.
A rude awakening for about 4,000 people in Lincoln County when the power went out around 4 o'clock Friday morning.
I mean, that was kind of our fear early on. I mean, we started yesterday making plans as far as what we were going to do about sheltering or warming centers in case the need arose.
So far, it did not, as most power was restored by Friday morning. Emergency management officials in Lincoln and Pulaski counties reported no major issues throughout most of the daytime hours. Gillum says there were plans to open up 18 warming centers if needed.
To be honest with you, in the last several years, very few people have responded to warming or cooling centers, which is a good thing. But we still have them available just in case something happens.
Pulaski County opened 2 warming centers, and by Friday afternoon, a handful took advantage of one at New Life Church in Ferguson.
You know, even if you're homeless, but if you're at home and your electric goes out or what have you, and I mean, just, you know, if you lose your heat right now, I mean, even if you get it back, it's going to take hours to be able to warm your house back up, you know.
People can stay and partake in donated meals and snacks. Shelter volunteers had hoped there would be more in these chairs and cots.
We offer a place for people to come and be able to stay warm if they don't have heat, whether they need it for just a few hours or all night or for the next few days.
Officials say the best advice is just to stay home if you do have heat. You may try to get out to go to a business only to find that place is closed. In Lincoln and Pulaski counties, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
And this very challenging winter weather is coming as Kentuckians are trying to travel for the holidays. Out at Bluegrass Airport, several incoming and departing flights have been canceled today. Several more have faced hours-long delays. And still, we found a few families waiting on loved ones to arrive. One woman says her daughter's flight last night made it halfway to Lexington before having to turn around because of the storm.
They were supposed to leave this morning at 8 o'clock. They got on the plane. They sat there for about an hour and a half. First, they had the crew didn't show up, and then they had a clogged pipe. They got that finished, and then they had a mechanical problem, and so then they took them off, took them to another gate. They waited, and well, no, they still weren't leaving from there. And
Sheila Apicella says once her daughter arrives, they look forward to finally enjoying a big meal.
Well, she's got a lot of company of folks who've been through the same boat. Well, 2 days before Christmas, more flights are canceled by winter weather. We're tracking the storm's impact really all across the country.
Yeah, far-reaching storm that is going all the way to South Beach. We're going to take a look at the winter weather alerts that span much of the country, and we're talking about those dangerous wind chills in Kentucky on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
Do you listen to the TV on high volume or have trouble hearing conversations? Then you would benefit from hearing aids. Don't waste thousands on expensive hearing aids when you can get Nano's revolutionary technology just $347. Don't be fooled by higher-priced hearing aids. The CIC Recharge is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. With rechargeable technology, many customers say is superior to more expensive models. Call now and get not 1, but 2 Nano hearing aids for just $347. Plus, we'll add a portable charging dock and ship your order absolutely free. The CIC Recharge has a tiny in-the-ear canal design that is nearly invisible. Why keep missing out on important conversations or waste thousands of dollars? Call and get 2 CIC Recharge hearing aids for only $347 and free shipping. Call now.
800-313-9504. Again, that's 800-313-9504. The Center for Rural Development is proud to present Grammy Award winner and Grand Ole Opry member Rhonda Vincent live and in concert with her band The Rage on Friday, March the 10th, 2023 at 7:30 p.m. in Somerset, Kentucky. Tickets are $25 per person plus fees for reserved seats and $40 per person plus fees for VIP. For tickets, call 606-677-6000 or purchase online at www.centertech.com.
Want luxury hair repair that doesn't cost $50? Pantene's Pro Vitamin Formula repairs hair, as well as the leading luxury bonding treatment for softness and resilience without the price tag. If you know it's Pantene.
Suffering from sinus congestion, especially at night? Try Vicks Sinex for instant relief that lasts up to 12 hours. Vicks Sinex targets congestion at the source, relieving nasal congestion and sinus pressure by reducing swelling in the sinuses. Try Vicks Sinex.
Here at Hazard ARH, we have a robust bariatric program. These procedures can be life-altering.
Bariatric surgery not only helps reduce the weight, but also improves, if not cures, many of these health problems. Patients with diabetes have seen not only an improvement in their insulin doses, but sometimes have had to go off of medications completely.
These procedures cause weight loss, increased energy, and overall improvement and satisfaction with your life.
No one should face breast cancer alone. I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. Learn more at nbcf.org/hope.
We continue with the WKYT First Alert Weather Day. This is going to roll through not only tonight into your Christmas Eve and your Christmas Day as well. And now, this is probably going to roll through Tuesday. We've got more snow coming Monday and Tuesday of next week. I promise you this was going to be one of the harshest periods of winter weather you could find around here. And Mother Nature and Old Man Winter are delivering the goods. 9 different sky cams across the Commonwealth of KY. Take a look at the cams. We have snow-covered roads, at least partially snow-covered roads, showing up on all of these cams from Louisville, Frankfort, Georgetown, Lexington, Covington, all the way into the mountains of eastern Kentucky. Folks into the mountains thought they were going to miss out on a lot of snow. Well, nope, Mother Nature included you as well. We put you guys in that 1 to 4, lots of 1 to 2 inch amounts across the southeast. Here's the view from our WKYT tower cam. We have Arctic flakes that are flying by, and you're seeing that visibility comes down. All of a sudden, you get a snow shower squall to come through. Visibility goes back up, and then here comes another snow shower squall. I think you got a better opportunity for some out-and-out snow squalls late tonight and into tomorrow. So yeah, I need to update this graphic to say through Tuesday. Snow squalls return tomorrow. But this one, the information on this is just through Christmas. Snow squalls will return. Another inch or so is possible on a local scale. It's not like we're going to be tracking this big band of heavy snow like what we had last night. 0 or below, that's where we are now. It's where we're going to be tomorrow morning. It's where you're going to be on Christmas morning. And a wind chill that from time to time will be from 10 below, which may be the improvement by the time you get into Christmas, to, for the most part, 15 to 25 below zero. Look how far-reaching those winter weather alerts go. Into the deep south. See this into South Florida? That is a wind chill advisory that is out deep into Florida. So this is not only going to produce a major freeze into Florida, into Texas, dangerous wind chills by Florida standards, all the way down to South Beach. And then you've got the rest of the country that is just kind of lathered in winter weather alerts, including here in Kentucky. Wind chill warning technically for the areas in pink. We're going to treat this like it is for Lexington, London, Somerset, and all the way into eastern Kentucky as well, Frankfort, the entire metro. Why are we treating it like it's a wind chill warning? Because we're still deep into wind chill warning criteria. Minus 22, minus 22, minus 21, minus 24, minus 26. This has been an incredible day from the stamina of the cold and the wind chill, and it's going to continue tonight and into tomorrow as well. Normally, you get hit with a cold shot, it's kind of in for a few hours and out. Today, Well, this is not one of those. And the computer models were all just way too warm with today's temperature. So they're likely to be too warm going forward into your weekend. Continuing with the winter storm warning into northern Kentucky for those snow shower squalls and blowing snow. We're going to continue to see blowing snow right on into tomorrow. Even though your radar isn't showing much snow anywhere across the Ohio Valley because you have the Arctic snowflakes that are flying out there. Atmosphere is incredibly cold. We know that. It doesn't take much moisture to produce snow. Here's your blizzard. And yes, we confirmed a blizzard criteria last night for 4 hours in Covington and Cincinnati. So northern Kentucky into southwestern Ohio, southeastern parts of Indiana, with blizzard criteria being met last night for 4 hours. You just got to have it for 3. We threw a bonus hour in on that one. Well, Mother Nature did. Another up to inch of snow possible through Christmas Eve. It's not all coming at once in any one location, but over the course of the next couple of days, you get hit with those snow squalls a couple of times, and it is a dream come true. That is a white Christmas yet again. You know, we started that white Christmas meter out 2 weeks ago on a elevated level at looking white. And man, oh man, Mother Nature said, here you go. And then Monday, Tuesday, you're going to get in on more snow. And the closer we get to that, the more impressed I am with that. There's the chance on Monday, guys, we pick up more snow than what we just had.
Oh, boy.
Really?
We just won't have the bitter cold with it.
Yeah.
We can manage that.
It'll only be 20 to 25.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and what perspective are those wind chills down there in South Florida? Right, you know, you can't run from it.
No, you can't.
Thank you.
Well, heading into our Christmas weekend, the winter storm is causing widespread disruption to holiday travel plans.
Bradley Blackburn is tracking the delays, the cancellations, and the conditions happening just days before Christmas.
From near whiteout conditions in Minnesota to dangerous flooding in the Northeast, the massive winter storm is bringing extreme weather to dozens of states. The so-called bomb cyclone is forcing airlines to ground flights, disrupting the Christmas weekend for travelers.
I think our plans are ruined.
Chicago woke up to blowing snow and sub-zero temperatures as the massive winter storm throws much of the U.S. into a deep freeze. Crews work to restore electricity after power went out for thousands of Georgia residents. Hank Primus was sleeping when a tree crashed through his home in DeKalb County.
I'm always thankful every day that I get up because you never know when you'll be your last day.
Holy freaking cow. In New York City, local flooding took drivers by surprise in Queens, while high tide drenched this sidewalk.
Here at Manhattan's Penn Station, travelers are hoping to get to their destinations before the brunt of the storm hits and ahead of their holiday deadlines.
Our eyes are glued to the board to see if anything's delayed, but so far things are looking good, fingers crossed.
In places like Oklahoma, icy roads and low visibility are making driving conditions treacherous.
The majority of them are single vehicle crashes, which indicates to me as a trooper that you're just driving too fast.
We had a vehicle upside down in Brush Creek.
And in Kansas City, Missouri, one person died after this minivan plunged into a frozen creek. It's one of several storm-related deaths reported around the nation so far. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Well, coming up, as this Arctic air settles in with us, what you need to know to keep yourself safe. Stay with us.
The anticipation. The sense of wonder. All the magic of the season. Put a little play in your holiday with these scratch-off games from the Kentucky Lottery.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Some trials go beyond the courtroom. In the heat of conflict, justice stands for the attorneys of the Judge Advocate General.
Semper Fi.
Jag.
As AmeriCorps members and volunteers, we do more than talk about our core values. We take action and commit to making our community stronger.
At AmeriCorps, my commitment to equity gives every student a strong start.
Our compassion brings food and friendship to neighbors in need.
My determination protects sparks in my community.
Now more than ever, your community needs you. What's at your core? Learn more at AmeriCorps.gov.
Everything Breaks is a new kind of auto protection plan that gives you more. You gotta have a protection plan, or you'll be paying the huge costs of auto repair on your own. Some plans charge you $150 a month, but for less than $1 a day, Everything Breaks can protect you from crippling auto repair bills that you can't afford. Call the number on your screen now for a no-obligation quote.
I like Everything Breaks because they have lots of different plans. It's really affordable, and they have really good customer service.
Everything Breaks also includes 24-hour roadside assistance, free towing, and free rental cars. With our loyalty program, you can earn rewards like free oil changes and brake pads. Everything Breaks covers more than cars, so act now, and coverage for your smartphone will be included free. That's auto and phone protection for one low price. It's only a matter of time until something breaks, so don't wait. Call now to join the millions of satisfied customers and start saving thousands on your repair bills.
Call 800-935-0994 or visit everythingbreaks.com.
Closed captioning on WKYT is brought to you by Cumberland Valley National Bank. Bank better.
It is time now for Better Living, health, education, and consumer news that impacts your life. We continue to follow the Arctic freeze happening all across Kentucky. And as Governor Andy Beshear has said, it is really dangerous to be outdoors. So if you need to go out, make sure that you bundle up. We can't tell you this enough. When temperatures are around zero and the wind is blowing at 15 miles per hour more, frostbite can happen in just 30 minutes. So here's what you need to do to stay safe. Make sure that you protect your feet and your toes. Wear 2 pairs of socks in those boots if you can. Protect your head, including your ears. Make sure that you wear a heavy wool or fleece hat. Wear insulated mittens or gloves to protect your hands from the cold. Also make sure that you drink plenty of water, because becoming dehydrated also increases the risk of developing frostbite. And finally, if you start to feel stinging, burning, throbbing, or a prickling sensation followed then by numbness, it is important to head indoors immediately. So stay safe out there.
Absolutely. And once again, stay in is the first advice. WKYT News at 5:30 is on the way next with this reminder. Watch the team you know and trust on the CW Lexington at 10 o'clock every night when we bring you an hour of news. Stay with us right here. We have much more ahead in just a moment.
Mom's in her sweater, Dad's in his cap. Kids are excited to buy gifts they can wrap. From name brand stores to local flair, see names that they know and find brands they love there. If you're looking for ways to spread joy this year, visit the shops of Grand River for your Christmas cheer.
We live in a modern, connected world. Your smart home security system should keep pace with your on-the-go life, giving you a view of your home and the ability to control what happens at your front door as if you were there. The best deterrent, peace of mind, at home or away. Protect what's important to you. Enjoy the peace of mind that comes from a professional smart security system.
Attention shoppers this holiday season. Get everything you need to make the holidays merrier.
Everything I need to make the holidays merrier is all right here.
Party trays, gourmet cookies and cakes, store-made candies. These are the visions that dance in my head.
And the picky promise means that all of my holiday guests are treated to the freshest produce.
Nobody does food.
Or the holidays, like Food City.
This is a story about purpose. This is a story about progress. About building on our past accomplishments through our partnerships and investing in innovation. This is a story about empowerment, about building our team and truly listening to our people on the best ways to serve our communities. All of this, combined with our industry-leading insurance, competitive pay rates, and flexible scheduling, is the reason why now is the time to join our team. This is our story. Let it be your story.
Need stocking stuffers? Come to My Favorite Things for unique, one-of-a-kind gifts and stocking stuffers for everyone on your list. Central Kentucky's best-kept holiday shopping secret, My Favorite Things in Hamburg.
When justice needs to be served and lives are at stake, one man will always answer the call. Walker, Texas Ranger.
Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, a tragedy in Pulaski County when a Good Samaritan helping a stranded driver was hit and killed by another car. And the winter storm hitting just in time for Christmas weekend is causing travel headaches from coast to coast.
And temperatures are in the single digits right now, but it feels like 10 below or worse. The latest on dangerous cold coming up now on Mountain News at 5:30.
Dedicated to Southern and Eastern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Extremely cold temperatures and bone-chilling wind chills continue across the region, and slick spots are still likely on the roads. Meteorologist Evan Hatter has the very latest in our First Alert Weather Day. Evan.
Well, Steve, it continues to be brutally cold throughout the region, and it was even colder earlier. Just got a release from the Weather Service about the coldest wind chills we've seen so far today. Negative 36. That is the coldest we've seen so far today. That was at the Mesonet station at Black Mountain. 33 below in Dorton, also at the Mesonet station. Another co-op observer, about 32 below in Somerset, and 30 below, a popular number, including at the Moorhead Airport, London Corbin Airport, Triangle Mountain in Rowan County, and at the Somerset Mesonet station, which is what that 7 miles north-northeast is there as well. So it was a very cold morning throughout the region. And that continues. Wind chill warnings in effect for our Tennessee, Southwest Virginia, and Western West Virginia counties through noon. Wind chill advisory in effect for everybody else until 1 o'clock. There's the view from the Mountain Parkway at Slade. They're 3 below right now with plenty of snow in the median and on the sides of the roads, but they've done at least a good job of clearing off much of the snow from the roadway along the parkway. We had the view from Whitesburg, but it's down at the moment. Temperatures, and feels like we're going to start to see those temperatures drop. We're all within about a degree or two of zero with those temperatures, the feels like temperatures 15 to 20 below out there. And we'll continue to see clear skies through tonight. That's going to cool us down at least a little bit more. Details in a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Evan, thanks. A Southern Kentucky man had just helped a stranded driver when he was hit and killed by another car. People who saw it say they are shocked the Good Samaritan died moments after helping another person. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more on the tragedy from Pulaski County.
The Pulaski County coroner tells me this was simply just a tragic accident. It happened Thursday night about 6:45. 75-year-old George Lucas had noticed that a man was trying to get his car into this gas station after he had run out of gas. And as he was walking back to his car across Highway 27, he was hit and killed. People say Lucas frequently visited this Falero station and was simply known for being nice to others. They're shocked and saddened that just moments after he helped push a person's car to the station, he died. Coroner Clyde Strunk says he responded just before 7 Thursday night and pronounced Lucas dead at the scene. Lucas had been driving north on 27, noticed the driver stranded in the southbound lane, stopped to push the car, and then as he was walking back to his car, he was hit. And Clyde Strunk tells me that he will wait several days likely to take George Lucas's body to the state medical examiner's office for a possible autopsy because of the treacherous driving conditions in place today. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
Well, we are told that Burnside police did view surveillance video from the Valero gas station and believes it was just a tragic accident. More than 200 million people are still under a winter weather advisory as a brutal winter storm rages across much of the country. Along with the snow, it is also, of course, bitterly cold, with some states projected to experience temperatures as low as 50 below zero. CBS's Elise Preston reports from outside Chicago.
Blustering winds, blinding snow, and blistering cold. From the Midwest to the South, temperatures in 24 hours have plunged more than 50 degrees and way below zero. Like in western Montana, where temperatures dropped to minus 17 degrees, cold enough to make this boiling hot water turn into a snow cloud in seconds. But for millions in the path of the Arctic-like conditions, there's a real danger with power outages expected and the country's roads being blanketed with ice.
Even in the areas that have been plowed really well, if you get above 40 miles an hour, you start sliding around.
In Nebraska, the flashing lights of a state trooper's cruiser were hardly visible as he made his way to the vehicle after rushing into action to help a stranded driver. In Kansas City, one person died when their minivan plunged into an icy creek.
We had a vehicle upside down in Brush Creek.
When rescue crews arrived, they found the vehicle turned over in the water. This is one of at least 5 deaths due to the winter storm. The South won't escape this once-in-a-generation storm either. Frigid temperatures and snow is expected. By Thursday, the Oklahoma Highway Patrol reported more than 300 crashes.
I'm in the dark.
While outside Dallas, Rocky Garcia is using battery-operated lights to keep warm on the coldest day of the season while power is out.
I'm really glad that I have a fireplace because otherwise I'd be freezing right now.
As temperatures drop around the country, cities are opening warming centers to help people escape the dangerous cold. Elise Preston, CBS News, Oak Brook, Illinois.
And you can find a list of those warming centers in eastern Kentucky on our website. The cold weather is dangerous for humans, but it's also dangerous for our four-legged friends. Experts say you can still take your pets for a walk, but keep them short. And when you get back home, check your pet's paws for salt and warm them up. Even though pets have fur, they are not immune to the extremely cold air.
They can, withstand the cold temperatures. Huskies are double-coated, but it's that wind that can still cause frostbite. If it's too cold for us, it's too cold for them.
Experts advise you bring your pets inside when temperatures dip this low. Americans may want to be extra patient with deliveries of packages and presents this holiday season. The monster winter storm blasting much of the U.S. is causing delivery delays nationwide. No surprise there. FedEx issued a statement today saying its hubs in Indianapolis and Memphis suffered major disruptions. UPS announced a similar situation, saying services in some regions could also be affected. In other news tonight, the January 6th committee released its final report late yesterday. It finds, quote, the central cause of January 6th was one man, former President Donald Trump. The committee says due to his alleged involvement in the violence of that day, he should be barred from holding office in the future. CBS's Scott McFarland has more.
The final report is out, and it lays out in explicit detail how Donald Trump allegedly engaged in a multi-part conspiracy to overturn the lawful results of the 2020 presidential election. Incited a mob. put his vice president's life in danger and tried to subvert the Justice Department and local election officials.
There's overwhelming and voluminous evidence that Donald Trump just refused to take no for an answer from the American people.
The panel issued 11 recommendations in the report to help prevent future attacks, including strengthening enforcement of the 14th Amendment, which bans insurrectionists from holding public office. They argue that would prevent Trump from running again. It also recommended a more rigorous oversight and full funding of Capitol Police. To protect election workers in the future, it recommends protecting their identities and increasing penalties for threats made against them. And to bolster its subpoena enforcement power in response to the Trump allies that refused to comply. One star witness who did comply was Cassidy Hutchinson, the former aide of White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Late Thursday, the committee released transcripts of interviews she conducted in September after the public hearings this summer. She told the panel Trump insiders, including lawyer Stefan Pesentino, pressured her to remain loyal despite facing a risk of contempt of Congress. She said Pesentino told her to downplay your role. You were a secretary. You had an administrative role. And the less you remember, the better.
It's outrageous and scandalous and indefensible that there would be an attempt to interfere with our investigation by influencing witnesses.
Pesentino said he acted honorably, ethically, and fully consistent with Hutchinson's sole interests. The panel, largely boycotted by House Republicans, received praise from California Democrat Nancy Pelosi in her final press conference as U.S. House Speaker.
We have a vital roadmap ensuring justice will be done and that this won't happen again.
Scott McFarland, CBS News, The Capitol.
Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, the House passes a $1.7 trillion spending bill just as current funding is set to run out.
And cold air remains in the mountains as we gather for the Christmas holiday, but temperatures above freezing are back too. Eventually, the latest on when they arrive coming up.
WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The WYMT News app, powered by Appalachian Wireless.
Here's to all your favorite holiday memories, especially the memories yet to be made. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance.
From severe weather to snow, foggy mornings to sunny afternoons, there are a lot of different kinds of weather here in the mountains. Now you can learn how the WYMT meteorologists know what's going on. Sign up for the WYMT weather class online at WYMT.com. A member of the weather team will visit your classroom to talk about what they know best. Sponsored by Kentucky Power.
In 2019, my dad was diagnosed with colorectal cancer, and I was afraid of losing him. We know other people who were treated at Pikeville Medical Center, and their lives were saved. When Dad was diagnosed, we knew the Lawson Cancer Center was where he needed to be.
We performed a colonoscopy, and the results were positive. Colorectal cancer is aggressive, so we scheduled surgery immediately.
Daddy was referred to Dr. Denali. We couldn't have asked for a more compassionate doctor.
I promised Harold we would do everything we can for him, beginning with an immediate and comprehensive treatment plan. This is our goal for every patient at the Lawson Cancer Center.
It was important to begin radiation and then chemotherapy in a timely manner. He responded very well to treatment.
I couldn't imagine not having my father, my kid's papa, in our lives. He's my daddy, and now he is cancer-free.
North Fork Valley Community Health Center is involved in the federal program to end the HIV epidemic. The goal is to reduce the number of new HIV infections by at least 90% by 2030. If you think you may be at risk for HIV, we can help provide education, information, testing, and PrEP. Take control of your health and reduce your risk by contacting North Fork Valley Community Health Center to set up an appointment with one of our providers.
WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The WYMT News app, powered by Appalachian Wireless.
Brutally cold air continues working through the mountains this evening, and we'll continue to see that really as we head right on into our Christmas weekend as well. Here's a look from Pikeville Medical Center. You see all the snow on all the surfaces out there, and it is a cold one. Temperatures within about a degree of zero, wind chills 15 to 20 below just about everywhere, so it is dangerously cold outside. The good news, the snow, for the most part, outside of maybe a flurry or two, that's kicked off to the north and east, and we'll continue to see a dome of high pressure, at least Canadian high pressure, begin to work into the region, and will be with us as we head through the remainder of our Friday and into our Saturday as well. Tonight, I had 3 as a low, but future view, we're really wanting to drop us into the single digits with winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting to 30 at times will make it feel like 15 to 20 below. You see that on future view. We hold steady with the air temperatures through the night, the wind chills staying put, if not rising a touch, because we're slackening those winds off just a little bit, but a cold start to Christmas Eve. Temperatures in the single digits, and eventually back into the double digits as we head into noontime on Saturday. Temperatures around 10, wind chills 5 to 10 below as opposed to 10 to 15 below, so slow progress. Our Christmas Eve planner starting in the single digits. We get back into the low to middle double digits as we head into the afternoon hours on Christmas Eve, and yes, even the jolly old man himself is not immune to the cold. He'll need the heavy coat and the heater in the sleigh as we head into tomorrow with that high only in the middle teens. So let's track Santa's journey. By 9 o'clock, Santa not too far away. Temperatures holding steady thanks to clouds in place, staying near 10 to 15 degrees. With the winds not nearly as brutal as they are now, we're going to start to see those temperatures or those wind chills come up to 2 to 3, maybe 5 below zero as opposed to 10 or more below zero. And that's why that wind chill advisory will be allowed to go at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, because those wind chills, while cold, will not be brutally so, and the advisory would be allowed to expire if they don't continue to be that cold. Waking up Christmas morning, cold, 9, 10 degrees in many spots with those wind chills still between 5 and 10 below zero. And then as we break out into sunshine in the afternoon, looking better. Temperatures in the low 20s with those heat indices, I wish, with those wind chills around 10 above zero. So progress is being made here as we head into our Christmas Day, 25 chilly degrees with a mix of sun and clouds. Still cold out there, but not quite as cold as we've been dealing with. That would put it, if we do indeed reach 25, that would put it just below the coldest Christmases on record at both London and Jackson, both set at 24 back in 1989. That would be just below the 5th coldest, and honestly, if it was today, we'd be up there in the top 10, or we would be in the top 5 today, perhaps the top level. 7-day forecast where your weekend is always in view. It's a chilly Christmas weekend. Watching the potential for some snow on Monday. That system model's not handling it great, but we'll be near freezing, so we'll watch it. But that one won't linger as we see temperatures in the 30s, 40s, and eventually 50s and near 60 as we head towards next weekend. So things looking a little warmer for the new year as we close the book on 2022. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you. On this day in history, December 23rd, 2006, Kentucky State Police buried one of their own just before Christmas. 28-year-old Trooper Jonathan Leonard died in a car crash on US 119 in the Sidney community of Pike County. Hundreds attended his funeral. Leonard was a state trooper for just 3 years. Lawmakers stayed in D.C. much longer than they had hoped as they rushed to pass a $1.7 trillion spending bill, which keeps the government funded through the end of September. CBS's Deborah Alfarone has more from Capitol Hill.
Christmas was on lawmakers' minds as they wrapped up the final bill of the year.
Members have planes to catch, gifts to wrap, toys to assemble, carols to sing, religious services to attend to.
Christmas season is the season of giving. But in Congress, it appears the season of giving will line the pockets of Democrats' special interests and stick the hardworking Americans with the tab.
The House passed a $1.7 trillion spending bill Friday, largely along party lines.
The motion is adopted.
The bill includes more than $770 billion in non-defense programs like health care and education, $858 billion in defense funding, and it also includes $44 billion in aid for Ukraine, which a growing number of House Republicans oppose.
These massive costs are not our responsibility. They're Europe's.
This aid is an investment in the future of democracy and the safety of the free world.
House Republican opposition to the spending bill was so strong that some members threatened not to support any legislation from their colleagues in the Senate if they voted for the bill.
If every Senate Republican did their job, we wouldn't be in this mess.
Despite the threat, 18 Republican senators joined Democrats Thursday in voting for the bill.
Most of what's in here has been put together in a bipartisan fashion.
It's the right thing for the government, the right thing for the nation, I believe.
The bill now heads to President Biden's desk for his signature. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Democrats rush to get the bill passed before Republicans take control of the House in January. Some companies are apparently not feeling the holiday spirit and are giving less when it comes to holiday bonuses. Data from the recent survey of 252 companies was released yesterday. It found more than 81% of them planned to freeze the value of holiday bonuses to the same level as last year. Nearly 27% said they would not give a bonus at all. That's up 4% from last year. Experts say companies have become more concerned about a possible economic recession or a slowdown. The digital tip trend has some consumers increasingly confused about when and how much to tip. You know how it goes. The cashier swivels a touch screen towards you, displaying suggested tip amounts and forcing you to decide in front of others. It can be awkward, partially because the touch screen feels more high pressure than the nondescript physical tip jar. But this new trend could be helping employees. Total tips for full-service restaurants were up 25% in the latest quarter compared to a year ago. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, a story of love and basketball in Lexington. Sports is next.
Weather, sponsored by Kentucky Farm Bureau. Big on commitment.
There is no way to ignore it. You hear it on the news, online, from your friends and family. What happened to my money? Whether it got hit by falling stocks and bonds with the coronavirus, shrunk by a floundering 401k with low interest rates, and is riding the extreme ups and downs of the stock market, many Americans are worried about their money and how they're going to retire. Help protect your financial future now and call J.D. Mellberg for your complimentary book from a leading financial firm that shows you ways not to run out of money whether the market goes up or down. This free book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms that can protect your money for a lifetime. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report summarizing the rates and benefits of annuities from hundreds of top-rated insurers, helping you to find ways to get up to 33% more income in retirement. That's right. 2 books, both absolutely free, for calling J.D. Mellberg. Help protect your financial future. Call 800-208-9304. That's 800-208-9304. Call now.
Do you listen to the TV on high volume or have trouble hearing conversations? Then you would benefit from hearing aids. Don't waste thousands on expensive hearing aids when you can get Nano's revolutionary technology just $347. Don't be fooled by higher-priced hearing aids. The CIC Recharge is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. With rechargeable technology, many customers say is superior to more expensive models. Call now and get not 1, but 2 Nano hearing aids for just $347. Plus, we'll add a portable charging dock and ship your order absolutely free. The CIC Recharge has a tiny in-the-ear canal design that is nearly invisible. Why keep missing out on important conversations or waste thousands of dollars? Call and get 2 CIC Recharge hearing aids for only $347 and free shipping. Call now.
800-313-9504. Again, that's 800-313-9504.
Attention shoppers, this holiday season, get everything you need to make the holidays merrier.
Everything I need to make the holidays merrier is all right here.
Party trays, gourmet cookies and cakes, store-made candies. These are the visions that dance in my head.
the picky promise means that all of my holiday guests are treated to the freshest produce. Honey.
Nobody does food.
Or the holidays, like Food City.
From our mountain family to yours, Merry Christmas.
Are you wasting money on a timeshare you rarely use? Cancel it with Titan Exit Group. Get a free consultation and see how they can stop the never-ending maintenance fees and mortgage payments. In fact, if your timeshare contract is not terminated, you owe nothing, so you have nothing to lose. But those monthly fees, get legally released from your timeshare, 100% guaranteed. Call now for your free consultation.
Call 800-208-1693. Call 800-208-1693.
WYMT Mountain Sports, your home for the Kentucky Wildcats and local high school sports.
Well, it's a tale as old as, well, about a day. Love it basketball in Lexington. CJ Frederick and Blair Green are now engaged. The Wildcat basketball stars announced through their university's Twitter account that CJ popped the question last night. Such a neat story. Both of them injured last year all season long with leg injuries, and now they're playing pivotal roles on their respective teams. Congratulations to them. Well, up in Cincinnati, along with some icy and cold conditions, the Bengals got a little bit of an early Christmas present last night. The Bengals clinched a playoff spot with the Jaguars win over the Jets last night. The Bengals are in and even have a chance to clinch the top overall seed. But the team has said that getting their goals are beyond getting the number one seed. Geez, there we go. And even with paying attention to everything that impacts them, it's really what they do that makes the difference.
You know, you pay attention to the games that are going on throughout the week. You know, the Monday night game, the Thursday night game, you know, the Saturday games. If you're playing on Sunday, if they're relevant to you, you know, if it's an AFC team or if it's a division opponent. But you also have to balance that and understand you still got to get your job done to make it matter. All right, and they have quite the trip tomorrow going on up to Foxborough to take on the New England Patriots. You can catch that game right here on WYMT tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And we've got some bowl games going on right now over in Shreveport, Louisiana. That's a holiday destination if I've ever heard one. Houston and Louisiana tied up at 16 in the fourth quarter. And the SEC takes the field once again tonight in Tampa in the Gasparilla Bowl. Missouri taking on Wake Forest. We'll have score updates later on this evening on Sports Overtime. That's sports. We're back after this.
I was diagnosed with stage 4 lung breast cancer in 2015. It's hard to describe how you feel when you're told something like that. I did end up going to Vanderbilt. I went through treatment there around 3 years, and nothing was working. Dr. Noyes at Vanderbilt, he said, I can also fix for you to be at home and take them there to Hazard. I'd never met Dr. Bailey before, and he's just a wonderful doctor. He's very easygoing and listens to you, so we just developed a rapport right off.
We devised a plan to give a treatment that covered multiple different kinds of cancers. And once it started to work, we're all really excited. And then when it didn't show up at all on scans, it was really exciting because we were really expecting hopefully to keep it stable, not for it to move very fast. The results we got were really more than we could have hoped for. It's a success all around.
I think she truly is a miracle. In any illness, no matter what it is, I do think that's important. I feel like the people taking care of you really cares how you're doing. I'm just very, very thankful to be here.